Alrighty, I've got some note-taking solutions for anybody who wants to never run out of paper or pencil when you're out in the woods, camping, bushcrafting, or hanging out in your bug out location. But I got some really cool stuff here that's really outside the box when it comes to note-taking here. To start out with, I think this is mostly like the most typical thing you'd find people using to take notes and stuff. But for me, I've always liked the idea of being able to take notes without ever running out of the materials being used to take the notes. Like, for example, if you have electronics, you could take notes, with your phone, or you can have notes stored in your watch or whatever. But, they run on batteries, and you always have to worry about the batteries dying or running out of power. And for some of my electronics, when it gets below freezing, they just completely turn off and fritz out. So I found this little, I was watching a video, and it's about these tablets, these wax tablets that back in the day everybody used to use. And I thought it might be cool to have a little idea to have like a little storage container that could fit on a watch band that you can actually put wax inside of, and you could open it up, maybe use some sort of like paper clip or something to sketch or mark into the wax and take notes. But I got a compass in this one right here, but I thought that'd be really cool to have something that doesn't need batteries, that doesn't need to be worried about how hot or how cold it is. You could just store notes in there and wipe it around and keep it for later, like an infinite note-taking storage device. And you could do this with any type of compartment or storage case that you had, like a old card case or a makeup case or whatever. But really, I've kind of changed my mind on wax taking for notes, and sort of migrated over to this. So this might seem a little bit silly, but this is a kid's like little magnetic writing toy here. And let's see here, got this on Temu, and I think it was like a $1 or $2. But you can see you can write whatever you want on there. And I've noticed you could probably write about 10 characters on here legibly, which would be good for maybe a phone number or an address or name, possibly geolocations, longitude, latitude. But you can see the squares and the magnetic parts that keep the magnetic material above. They're it's really cheaply made, really spaced apart, so you can only put about 10 characters, maybe 15 if you really tried. But here's a little prototype of this. This is what it looks like when you take the magnetic part out, and it is the size of a credit card, which is really cool. And I had this little idea of having a sort of like a little note-taking device that you could put on your wrist, and it's just a wallet attached to a leather cuff here. And I've actually got glow-in-the-dark cat necklaces on here as the bands. And I've actually got a glow-in-the-dark credit card shaped glow-in-the-dark thing here. If I can get it out, there we go. Really cool. It's actually pretty bright too. When I got this wallet, I thought this top piece was going to be clear, so that's why I had this in there, so that way it could charge the glow-in-the-dark card, and it could shine light on the note-taking part. But the only thing about these is you can see if you had notes on here, you could smack it and it disappears, which could be a good thing, but also could be a bad thing if you got something really important stored on there. And if you're just moving around, walking through the woods, and it shakes a little bit or whatever, you can see it starts to fade a lot, which is probably not ideal. So I had a few designs. I thought about putting it in this thing, maybe attaching it somewhere. I had a little case that it could maybe even fit in. But I think ideally you could probably just put it in your wallet. But then again, if it gets too much, I don't know, like shaking around, you kind of lose everything. So this is the newest one that came in today, and I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to experiment with it right here. And this is a Japanese, I guess in America you'd say Kaite, but it's probably Kaite or something. Really cool. This is bigger than the small credit card size one, but you can see here the silicone case comes off of it, and the oh wow, okay, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, okay, so there's actually 3 different little pieces here. This is much more specific and well built. This was I think about $25 on Amazon, and I'm gonna keep it in the silicone for right now because I don't want to mess it up too much. But let's just see here. Oh yeah, way better. I wish this was a little bit smaller than what it is. I wish it was credit card sized, but even so, I thought about even putting this on a cuff or something like this, or putting it somewhere. But very interesting. Way more detailed than the cheap bigger one over there. Wow, not bad. So it comes with an eraser like this, which is interesting because I think it works kind of like the opposite of this one. I think it actually pushes the material backwards instead of bringing it forward like the other one does. Let's see here if I can flip it around and see what it does. Let's see if it erases it if I do it like that. Yeah, interesting. Man, look how thin that is. You could fit this anywhere. And I think this would be a really good idea to have permanent magnetic note-taking storage. And you would never have to worry about pencils, papers, batteries, or anything. Let's see what happens when you shake it. Oh, okay. It passes the shake test. No way. Alright, I think we got a winner here. Can you believe that? I bet it has something similar to the function of this, but it's just very much more well made. Really small, really tiny. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. I was not expecting that. Yeah, I think we got a winner here. I'm gonna come up with some ideas with this. But yeah, very nice for note taking, and it's got some sort of clear coat on top of it too, so I'm pretty sure it'd be waterproof. You wouldn't have to worry about it getting wet or anything. Most definitely not flame resistant, but still, I bet it would survive in the summer or the winter. Wow, okay, very interesting. But yep, got some ideas here for y'all to check out. Just wanted to share that because I really like the idea of permanent note-taking and storage without having to worry about batteries, pieces of paper, or pencils breaking or whatever, running out of whatever. But yeah, really cool idea here. Very nice little product here. Nice job. Alright, well, yep, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.